This is Tiger411, your source for all things Savannah State. I'm LeAndrea Mikell, Jr. Today, we sit down with a Savannah State alumni, an alumni that has been pivotal in elevating Savannah State University, broadening the university's footprint on the local, state, and federal level, has been making strong connections within the community and the government. Joining me now, Ms. LeAndrea Mikell. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for sitting down and talking to Tiger411.
Of course.
Before we get started, I want to run through some of your accolades because they are crazy. In 2022, you were named Chairwoman of the Savannah Area Chamber of Commerce Ambassadors. That same year, you made history as the first African-American president of the Georgia Jaycees, and were also honored as one of the 40 under 40 Georgia recognized in Best and Brightest Youngest Professionals. It doesn't stop there. Moving forward to 2025, you were celebrated as one of the women who lead honorees and named the Emerging Leader of the Year by the Southeast Georgia Leadership Forum. Most recently, just last month, you were honored and appointed as the Assistant Vice President for Government and Community Relations. As someone reads that to you, like how does that even feel to you to like hear all of those accolades?
It feels like it's somebody else because I just really focus on doing the work, and so I'm like, oh yeah, that happened. I'm super grateful and honored, and I'm always surprised when somebody calls. Like even when you called, I was surprised, but I appreciate it, but I'm always like, oh wait, thank you. Like I don't really think about it until it happens.
Yeah, because I was looking on your LinkedIn trying to get some research for the interview, and that's not even half of it. You've moderated some forums. Mm-hmm. So how does that feel to have that type of impact within the community? Because they reach out to you and say, hey, I see you're doing big things. Can you moderate this forum? Or we would like to honor you as an honoree of a said organization, nonprofit. When they reach out to you, how does that even feel?
I'm always surprised, but I always appreciate it because in everything that I do, I always pray that it's purposeful and intentional and that it's impactful. And so when someone else recognizes it, I'm just very grateful.
So you celebrated 4 years here at Savannah State University. How has your journey evolved since your first year here?
So when I first came to Savannah State, I was very focused on like just building relationships. And the things that I knew that we do really well, I'm like, oh, this fits here. So I always said, I'm just plugging it in. It's already here. Like we have all the things that we need. I'm just plugging somebody into the community there. Fast forward, I'm a little bit more focused on learning because everything evolves, right? Our academic programs are evolving, so making sure that I'm learning all those things and being intentional about our partnerships and spreading the Savannah State news, focus on visibility and engagement.
You've been here for 4 years, so you had the opportunity to serve under multiple presidents. What makes Dr. World's vision for Savannah State different from previous leaders, and why do you think his message resonates deeply with the students, faculty, alumni, and the community partnerships that you've been able to forge while he's been here?
In my opinion, Dr. World's leadership style is very bold, but it's also data-driven. And I think he does a great job of merging tradition with innovation. And so we honor and respect everything about Savannah State and what makes Savannah State great, while also thinking through, okay, what's the uproar? Like, what is next? Like, how do we make it bigger and better? So I think that Dr. World's vision, the other part is he's very student-centered. And that's always the first thing he leaves with his students. And so, I mean, that's a huge deal. Without the students, none of us would be here. So I think that is what makes his message resonate so well, is because he leads with the students, but he also focuses on like the history and the data, and then also looks ahead to what's next. So even the strategic plan is Uproar 2030. Strategic plan was completed in like just a few months, and we hadn't had one in a few years. And so coming in, seeing how quickly things are happening, show me better than you can tell me. I think people are seeing the vision, and that makes a big difference.
Dr. World recently announced that for the first time in Savannah State's history, the university has now have a named college, the Hyundai College of Education. Could you speak to what went into forming that partnership and what Hyundai gains from the partnership?
I think that one thing every company needs is an educated workforce. And how do you do that? You invest in education. Our College of Education has been around for decades and has a history of, it left and then it came back and then we didn't have as much funding. And so being able to invest in a place that's educating the future teachers is like the best way to invest in your company. And so I think that is a huge deal for us, but also for the corporation.
Yeah, because many people would find it interesting that Hyundai partnered with the College of Education rather than the College of Engineering, Technology, and Computing, which I might add we're the only HBCU in the state of Georgia to have such a college.
Right.
So could you speak to that kind of perspective as to what was the calculus for going with the College of Education rather than the engineering, technology, and computing?
One of the big needs across the state is teachers. And so Hyundai does more than make cars. Like they also, just like every other company, they have marketing, they have accounting, they have all these pieces, and they have corporate social responsibility. So I think in order to make the region better, they looked at the needs of the region. They can find engineers at a lot of places, including here, but for the biggest impact, education, in my opinion, made the most sense.
As the Assistant Vice President for Government and Community Relations, and this is just from my perspective as a transfer student coming in, do you think the community at large, before Dr. Worrell got here, and probably still currently, that they underestimate who Savannah State is and the students that they produce? Because I sometimes feel like that as an intern, they kind of shrug off Savannah State. They don't really see us as a powerhouse of the South, in that we do produce great quality students.
Right.
Have you encountered that throughout your years here?
I definitely have, and I think that there's great room for a lot of opportunity in that area, and that goes back to the communication piece, because I think for multiple reasons, but I think sometimes someone will come into the community and they'll hear something and they'll, oh, well, that's Savannah State, and it's like, but who are you talking to, and does the person you talk to know anything about Savannah State? And so that's why we're really focused on promoting students, promoting our alums, and really communicating the value that Savannah State provides to the state.
If there's one thing that a student could do to help bridge that gap for the community to feel like, we are worth that internship or that fellowship, what could we as students do?
I think for the students that haven't already, if they go to career services and leadership development, make sure that students are talking to their advisors, the student life team. And when you see good news on the Savannah State social media pages, share it. Let everybody know these are the things that are happening at my university.
Okay.
And send me, when you have a great internship or you got an award, send that stuff over, because we want to promote it as well.
What would you say to young black women who see you in a position of power and influence, both on campus and throughout the community?
Power is a weird word for me. So I'm going to stick with the influence part. I would just say, if I can be helpful, let me know. Let's come have a conversation. If I can help mentor or make an introduction or put you in a specific, or help to get you towards a specific room. One thing about Savannah State is we are family. I use that word probably more than any other word on campus. And so I'm if you ever see me on campus or in the community and you have a question, or if I can be helpful, just let me know.
If I couldn't use the word power, what word would you use?
I don't know. I probably would just say influence. But that's just a personal thing.
Yeah.
But access, maybe, because from my time as a student here to now, I definitely have more access than I would have,
Sure.
10 years ago, a while ago.
When you think about your legacy here at Savannah State University, what do you hope people will remember most about you and your tenure here?
I hope that people will remember that I helped build bridges for the university, that at least for a handful of students, or our faculty and staff, our teams, that I help make the university better in some way. I'm grateful that we have the people that we have here that I learn from all the time, that help teach me and guide me. But I do hope that my time at Savannah State, that a part of the university is better than when I got here.
I feel the same way too. For the last 2 years, like I told you, I was a transfer, and I played a major role. I wouldn't say a major role, but I've been one of the student leaders here in the department, and I hope that what we've built will be able to sustain when we do graduate.
Right, yeah.
Because there are so many gems within this department.
Right.
From the chair to the professors, I just want kids to take advantage of the resources that we have here on campus, because that's what I've always said. When I came in here, I didn't ask them what they could do for me. I just told them, this is what I want from you, because, you have it, and it's your job. So, if you could change one thing about the university's approach to community partnerships, what would it be?
I don't know if I would change anything now. We have an awesome strategic plan. And as we transition into that and kind of to stay on course, I think that's the path.
What's next on your list of accomplishments? because I've listed off a lot at the top. So what's next on your list of accomplishments? What goals are you hoping to achieve in the next chapter of your career?
I don't know. Like we started this off, I pray that whatever I do, it makes the place and the people around me better. I don't really focus on awards. I'm always surprised and grateful. But for right now, I really just want to keep continuing focusing on the Uproar plan and all the great things that are happening at the university and contributing here, but also making sure that I'm a good parent and a good sibling and a good daughter. I really take it like day by day. Like I have strategic goals, of course, but really focused on, okay, how do I make this day better?
What motivates you the most when things are challenging, when it is difficult? What is that driving force for you?
It's the students. It's always the students. It's the students, and it's the legacy of this university. And it's a great responsibility being somebody people recognize as a part of Savannah State. And we have hundreds of employees that all work really hard. I know that I just happen to be a little bit more visible, but it's always the students, and it's protecting the legacy of Savannah State.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Ms. LeAndrea Mikell, I want to thank you for sitting down and talking to Tiger411. I greatly appreciate it on behalf of me and my team. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Guys, this has been Tiger411, your source for all things Savannah State. You can catch this episode and many more on our YouTube page, and you can also follow us on our social media platforms. Thank you for watching. And remember, keep rising.